Hello everybody and welcome to lesson 8E. I can determine when I should use a trigonometric function versus an inverse trigonometric function. So the last two lessons we learned about regular trig and inverse trig, and today we're going to learn when you use each situation. So let's start with regular trig. I use regular trig when I'm given one side and one angle of a triangle, and I'm hunting for a missing side. That's when I use regular old trig. Regular trig. Whereas if I'm given two sides and I'm hunting for the angle value, then I'm going to use inverse trig. So let's take a look at some examples. So down here, I'm given a side and an angle, and I'm missing a side. So that means I'm going to use regular trig. So let's now do this problem. So here we go. We've got a triangle. The angle I'm playing with today is 25 degrees. Opposite of 25 degrees is the 7. The hypotenuse is DF, and therefore my adjacent side is the X. Looking at these, they've given me the 7. I'm looking for the X. That means I've got an O and an A. According to SOHCAHTOA, which of course we're going to use again, CAHTOA, tangent is O over A. So I'm going to say that the tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent. Well, my angle measure is 25 degrees. My opposite side is 7 degrees. My adjacent side is X. I'm now going to solve this equation by multiplying both sides by X times X. So I get X tangent of 25 equals 7. Divide both sides by the tangent of 25. Tangent of 25. So we get that X equals 7 divided by the tangent of 25 degrees. When we plug that into the calculator, 7 divided by the tangent of 25 degrees, I get 15.01, so we'll just call it 15.0. X equals 15 units. All right, let's take a look at our next question here. In this problem, we're given a side and a side. I'm missing an angle, so that means we're going to use inverse trig to find the missing angle. Okay, so now let's take a look. This is my missing angle. Opposite of it is HI. Opposite my 90-degree angle is my hypotenuse, which means that this is my adjacent side. When I take a look at what I've got sidewise, I've got an H and an A. Well, looking at SOHCAHTOA, A and H belongs with cosine. So I'm going to say cosine of theta equals A over H. Well, that becomes cosine of X equals my adjacent side is 31. My hypotenuse is 64. So X must be equal to cosine inverse. Why is this doing all this funky writing? I'm sorry, guys. I promise I'm not this messy in real life. Cosine inverse, that's a 6, of 31 over 64. So now we're going to go to our calculator, and I'm going to use my trig button and choose cosine inverse. Oh my gosh, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Trig, cosine inverse, 31 divided by 64. And I get 61.0285, or if we're rounding to the first decimal place, X equals 61 degrees. So that means the measure of angle G is 61 degrees. All right, guys, that's how you tell the difference between trig and inverse trig and when you use each. Thank you very much.